Well, hello and welcome everybody to our weekly introduction to LifeWave. My name is Christy Chapman, and it's always an honor and privilege to be able to share this technology and what this little tiny patch called X39 is doing in the United States and all across the globe. I hear stories all the time about how people are healing and aging backwards with this simple technology. Kind of looks like a Band-Aid. And so I am just excited to share with you a little bit about why I got started. And I have some friends that are going to share their testimony with you later. And we're also going to talk about just a little bit about the owner, the founder, the technology, and why this is doing what we are saying it's doing. It's totally incredible. And miracles, both big and small, are happening with this technology. So my journey started a little over 3.5 years ago because I hurt my foot. And it was bruised and swollen, couldn't walk on it properly. And then a dear friend of mine shared this little patch with me called X39. That's our stem cell patch. And he needed it for his shoulder and back pain. He was going to have shoulder surgery. But luckily, 3.5 years later, no surgery. The patches healed his shoulder and his back pain. And so I started using the patch, and within 2.5 hours, and this doesn't happen for everybody, but my pain felt better. And I was able to walk on it properly, and I could go to the gym the next day, and that kind of got my wheels spinning. And so as you're learning about this technology and you're hearing the stories and what it's doing for other people, you're going to probably have your wheels spinning as well, because there's so much that it's doing, right? So I heard the testimonies, I did my own research, and I thought, my goodness, I know people that have pain, whether it's mental pain or physical pain. I know people that, would love to sleep better. I know people that would love more energy without caffeine. I also know people, I'm in my 50s, that would love to age backwards. And this technology truly is, it's not anti-aging, which we're all familiar with, but this is true age reversal from the inside out, okay? And so we'll talk more about that later too. But I just started organically sharing with my friends and family. I wasn't looking for another business to take a part of, but I couldn't help it. I couldn't help but share it with people because, everywhere you walk around, somebody's got a migraine or a headache or pain, and it just grew organically. And then about 3 or 4 months later, my son, Andrew, got in a horrible motorcycle accident. And this is him. Not going to go into details, but they didn't know if he was going to make it. He had several strokes, traumatic brain injury, brain bleed, lots of broken bones, COVID, MRSA, and pneumonia. So he was in trouble. And so they told me if he does live, it's probably going to take him about a year or two to get back to his new normal. And now this was Andrew. This is over 3 years ago, but 6 months later, Andrew went through all kinds of physical therapy, mental therapy, and 6 months later, Andrew was back to his new self. And he was driving, working, thriving, no pain medicine, no depression. So this is why I'm here. I've seen so many, again, miracles happening, and I will not stop sharing this because I'm eternally grateful for what this did for my son, Andrew, and so many others. So we'll talk about the science. We'll talk a little bit about the history of the company. And then, of course, we're going to talk about David Schmidt. David Schmidt is our founder, our CEO, and our scientist, and he's truly an incredible human being. He's one of those people, I tell people, he's the kind of person that sees problems in the world and he figures out how to solve them, whether it's with humans, with pain, inflammation, lack of energy, or we're getting into deep stuff. He's also figuring out stuff that's going to help our planet coming up in the future. So that's very exciting. He's extremely intelligent and very humble. But our journey started with LifeWave 20 years ago, a little over 20 years ago in 2004. And now we're a debt-free company. But before LifeWave was born, David was contracted with the elite Navy SEALs to help them create a technology that would help them with energy without stimulants. And so David created our very first patch called Energy Enhancers. And it's a 2-patch protocol. You wear 2 patches at one time. It's a plus and a negative, and it gives you energy at the cellular level. And we're using fat as fuel, which is so exciting. You burn like 300 to 600 calories extra a day. And it worked so well for the Navy SEALs, but then 9/11 happened and he lost the contract. So then he had to figure out, okay, how am I going to get this to other people? And then through networking, he got a hold of the Olympic swim team and they started wearing it and breaking their personal best. Everyone was breaking their personal best records to the point where they got drug tested because they thought they were cheating. But people like Michael Phelps and other Olympians were wearing them. And then David was like, okay, if the Navy SEALs love this and it's working for them, the Olympics are using them, how am I going to get this to the world so that everybody can have the benefits of what I would like to bring and offer the world? And so LifeWave again was born. And now, fast forward, we're the fastest growing company in the world. And one of the main reasons is because of this technology, X39, which is our stem cell patch. And that's the main patch we're going to talk about tonight. We have 11 patches total. We have a day cream, a night cream. We have an eye cream. We have a supplement made with light that's coming out real soon. But we're going to talk about mainly X39. And since that came out, again, the fastest growing company in the world, which is so exciting. And all that means is that we're helping a lot of people have a better quality of life and aging backwards. And David's mission was to help 1 billion homes. But now with what he's doing this year and beyond, we're going to be able to help multiple billions of homes. And we will be the biggest company in the industry, which is so exciting because again, all it means is we're helping a lot of people. So LifeWave is both a brand and a technology. And we've been known mainly as a patch company up until this year. But going forward, we're going to be known as a technology company. See, this little patch right here is a technology. It's activating your own dormant stem cells. But the technology that David has coming over the next 7 years is remarkable. We have some, like I just talked about, a supplement that is made with light. So it's infused, it's going to ignite light within the body. It's an AM and PM supplement, and it's a drink that you're going to drink, which is actually going to help our patches perform much better and activate even more stem cells. We also are going to have what we call an age reversal healing water that's never been done before. It's a special structured water. You only drink 1 glass a day in the morning. And the things that it is doing is absolutely amazing. And get back to the person that invited you, and they can share a longer recording that we have of David talking about the water. And so you can learn more about that because you're not going to want to miss it. But all 3 of these are really going to be a beautiful combination to help activate our stem cells to 1,000%, which is so exciting. So LifeWave is so cutting edge, it's unique, and it's something that you're not going to see anywhere else. Now, how does this technology work? So nothing is transdermal, nothing is entering into the bloodstream, but what we're using is low levels of light and heat from our own body to create change. It's called photobiomodulation. So when you put the patch on your skin, it's going to stimulate the skin. And inside the patches are organic crystals, and they're engineered with a specific frequency. Every patch has a different frequency. The patch with our stem cell patch, X39, is GHKCU. And that frequency is going to activate your own body's healing intelligence. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. But if you look at this technology, we're familiar with infrared light, right? There's devices and places you can go to get infrared light that's going to help heal the body, because light, that's the way God designed us, and it's healing the body. And if you look at, if you go out in the sun, and the sun is going to stimulate your skin and help your body create vitamin D. Okay, it's the same concept. So we're using low levels of light and heat from our own body to create change. And what it's actually doing is it's stimulating the skin, waking up your brain and telling it to wake up those dormant stem cells that went to bed back when we were in our 20s. Pretty exciting. Now we're going to use acupuncture points. So we call it acupuncture to go. And so it's very simple, no needles. You're just going to put it on the point. We have 2 clinical trials that were, you could put X39 on the back of the neck or below the belly button, a couple inches below the belly button. Or if you have pain like I did, I just put it right on my foot. I put it right on the point of pain. And just know though, it's going to work systemically throughout your whole body. So when I put it on my foot, it was still working and repairing my brain. Okay. So we are considered a class 1 medical device. What I love about this company is that we have lots of clinical trials. They're third-party double-blind clinical trials. As a matter of fact, I participated in a clinical trial that was very exciting for one of our patches called carnosine. And that, I love the science behind it because that proves that the technology is working, so that we're not just putting this on and thinking, oh, is this like a woo-woo effect or some kind of placebo? Because to be honest, I was kind of thinking that way, with my foot being, healed in 2.5 hours. I was like, okay, is this for real? But when I got to learn more about it, I do understand that we're activating our stem cells within 24 hours when we put this patch on. And we have over 150 patents now, which is so exciting because it just proves that the science and the technology is working, and it's proving it's going to do what we say it's going to do. And David actually got the fastest patent in the United States because he could show X39 is doing what it says it's going to do. And there's no drugs, again, no chemicals and no stimulants. So it's all natural, completely safe. It won't interfere with any medications that you're currently doing, or, all ages can wear these products. So what are stem cells anyway? A lot of us are familiar with exogenous peptides, which is stem cells are a peptide. And exogenous means that it's going to get injected into the body. Now, when we inject things into our body, first of all, they're usually somebody else's stem cells. They're very expensive. They're very localized. So if you have knee pain, it's going to go right in the knee, and that's all that it's going to do. And also, there can be room for infection, okay? And again, a lot of times it doesn't work, and insurance doesn't cover it. So when we wear the patch, we're going to ignite light within our body, and we're going to do endogenous peptides. We're going to activate the endogenous peptide in our body. And the X39 is going to activate the GHKCU copper peptide. So if you Google GHKCU, it's the holy mother grail of age reversal. And David's the only one that has figured out how to activate our own GHKCU. It's very, very exciting. So go ahead and Google that when you get off of the Zoom here tonight. So when we are at 25, we have less than half, our stem cells start to decline. 35, we have half of our stem cells left. 60, only 10%. And then it keeps declining after that. And that's why the less stem cell activity we have, the faster we age and the slower we heal. So I don't know about you, but I want to age slower. And if I get injured or have to have surgery, I want to heal much, much quicker. How about you? And another thing about stem cells too, it's very intelligent. Our body is so intelligent, and stem cells can be any kind of cell that the body needs. And this patch is going to provide the signal. So when you put the stem cell patch on your body, it's literally going to scan your body, and it's going to go where you need repair first. So it might be your liver, it might be your heart, it might be your brain before it gets to that knee pain or before it gets to that back pain. So just be patient with it. Give the technology and give the patches the respect it deserves to do what it says it's going to do, because it is going to work for you. Now, X39 is the world's first and only stem cell therapy that's going to activate your own dormant stem cells. How about that? And it's going to regenerate your own stem cells to a younger state. So we're going to activate them by wearing the patch for 12 hours during the day. We're going to drink lots of water and hydrate. Okay. And then we're going to let our body rest for 12 hours. So it's equally as important to wear it for 12 hours on, 12 hours off, preferably during the day, and drink lots of good water with electrolytes. Okay. Very important. So we move energy throughout the body and get that water into our cells. X39 is affordable, it's ethical, and it requires no injections. I know I'm excited about that. Here's a few things that the stem cell patch can do. So there's over 40 blanketed benefits. And when you Google GHKCU, you can see a list of them. But the main thing that we help people with is pain and inflammation. Okay. Overall, I was extremely healthy, but I had that pain in my foot. But Guess what else it's done for me? A list of these things, right, that are listed here. So wound healing and skin remodeling, that happened with me, 21-year-old scar gone. So if you have any scars, wrinkles, hair loss, take pictures, because pictures don't lie. They will fade. Energy and vitality at the cellular level. That is so exciting. I don't need to drink caffeine anymore unless I want to. Restorative sleep. If we're not getting deep REM sleep at night, and sleeping through the night, that's when our body repairs itself. It's the most important thing, and the most important gift you can give to your body is rest and sleep. So this will definitely help you do that. Vivid dreams every night. I love this. Performance and recovery when you're working out or exercising or any kind of extracurricular activities that you're doing. You're going to have stamina during the day when you're working out or doing your activities. You're going to recover much quicker, and you're going to have results like you did back in your 20s and 30s. How about that? Cognitive and brain function and brain fog. There's so much that we can say about this, and we're not going to say we're curing anything, but symptoms of certain chronic illnesses we can definitely help with, okay? And improve vascular health and reduce blood pressure. We help so many people in this area get off of medications for blood pressure, cholesterol, migraines, the list goes on. Definitely under doctor's supervision, but we can help with that. And when you wear X39 for 6 months, it's clinically proven that it's going to age your heart backwards 8 years. That is so exciting. And this is one of my favorite, age reversal of more than 4,000 of your gene expressions to a younger state. So this is 1/3 of your gene expressions to a younger state. And then I said, when we couple it with our supplement coming out, our day and night supplement, that is going to help activate even more stem cells, getting us to that 100%, closer to the 100% mark. And that water is definitely going to tip it up to that 100% of our gene expressions to a younger state. So stay tuned for that. That's coming this year, and it's going to be very, very exciting. So I love these pictures because they don't lie. So take your own before and after pictures, but 2 weeks post-surgery for shoulder surgery, doctors were amazed at how quickly she healed. The middle one, he was in a car accident. This injury, this wound goes all the way through the hand. The doctors wanted to amputate his arm, but they said, or his hand, and the parents were like, please just sew him up. We want to put patches on him. 62 days later, you guys, no pain medication, and he has full function in his hand, and he's right-handed. That's so exciting. Now, remember, the older we are, the slower we heal because we have less stem cells. Well, this gentleman, this is my friend's husband, almost 80 years old, and he had surgery. He had knee replacement surgery. 5 weeks post-surgery, he has full function in his knee. If you know about knee surgery, it's so painful. And look at his wound. It looks amazing. This young gentleman still has his stem cells, but his parents gave him the patches because he had a job interview after this snowboarding accident. And 5 days later, he just has a little tiny scrape above his lip, but the rest of his skin looks absolutely amazing and no scars. 79-year-old gentleman hit his face on a counter. Lots of bruises, scrapes, stitches, and wrinkles and inflammation. And look at his jawline after 7 weeks. He looks like a completely different person, and all of his wounds have healed. So exciting. Now, when we start to see improvement on the outside, that means all is well on the inside. So this is a young lady that wore the patches for a year. And look at how beautiful she looks after a year's time. Unbelievable. Okay, now this is our first lady that ever tried the patches, X39 that is. And she was actually sick at 93 years old on the left. And look at her eyes. And now 97, 4 years older, not sick, living life, and look at how amazing her skin looks and her eyes. The eyes tell all. She looks absolutely amazing. I love it. All right, so let's review a few things. We're going to wear X39, 12 hours on, 12 hours off. Very important. We let our body rest at night. Be consistent. Put a new patch on every single day. Okay, you have a 30-day supply. This is one sleeve. This is a 30-day supply when we talk about a sleeve. Give it time. So it's activating your stem cells. We talked about this within 24 hours. We don't always feel our stem cells activating. We're not always going to feel our liver healing or our heart healing or the inflammation in our blood going away like that happened for me. And remember, inflammation causes disease. And I had inflammation in my blood that I didn't even know about until I went to the doctor to get a blood test or get my blood work done. And so give it time. 70% will feel something in 30 days. The other 30% need to give it a month for every decade that you are. So say you're in your 60s. Please give this 6 months to do to do what it says it's going to do. Okay, to really, and the longer you're wearing it, the more benefits you're going to get. As a matter of fact, I told you I've been on it for 3.5 years. I did a scan for my biological age, and I'm 54. My biological age is 33. Because see, we say that if you wear the patches every day, you're going to age a day backwards instead of a day forward. So that is really, really exciting. Now, I also did some health changes in my life as well that helped the patches perform even better. But make sure you're drinking lots of water with good electrolytes. You can put it on the back of the neck or below the belly button, or put it on the point of pain, wherever you prefer. It's going to work systemically throughout your whole body. Okay, so now we are going to share some stories. This is my favorite part. So let me stop sharing my screen. And let's ask Carrie to share first, please.
All right, no kids are yelling. They're all in bed. So
Oh, that's great.
for now anyway.
Yes.
All right. So I'm Carrie Garza. I have been using the patches. This October will be, or November will be 3 years now. But I started using them because I had shoulder issues, and I had no cartilage left in my AC joint on this side here and on my right side. And I had been going to the chiropractor. I've been going to physical therapy and massage, and nobody could figure out what the problem was until the chiropractor's like, let's just get an MRI. And that's when they found out what was going on. And basically, the chiropractor's like, we're not going to be able to do anything other than stem cell injections. And that was about $900 to $1,000 an injection. And you're looking at anywhere from 10 to 15 injections. And so that was out of my budget. And so it really just happened that 2 days later, a friend of mine, Jody Ronald, she told me, she's like, hey, I have a friend that's talking about these patches. Do you want to come to their house? And I just heard, she said stem cell patches. So I'm like, I just heard that buzzword. So I'm like, sure, I'll go. This can't be more expensive than $900 an injection. And so, I went and heard, and then Christy, oh, here we go. Okay. Okay. And so you guys can say, yes, I have lots of friends on here right now. Anyway, I started using them because this is my granddaughter.
Hi.
This is Harper. Okay, so
Harper?
yes, that's Harper. And sorry, I'm just trying to get her out of here. And no, she's fine. So anyway, sorry, she's blurred out. I don't know what's going on, but she's pretty cute. There she is. Can not keep my train of thought.
Friend?
Yes, I'm talking right now. Shh. Actually, hold on, guys. Hold on.
Oh, I remember those days.
We know that went over real well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, the yelling might be out of the range. I'm so sorry, everybody.
That's okay. It happens.
Yeah, it's that bedtime hour. Anyway, so Christy had put LifeWave on me that night, and I was like, I just kept going, it really doesn't hurt and anymore. And so I thought, okay, for $100 a month, it's significantly less. I was already spending $400, so I might as well try this. And they said, use it for a month for every decade you are. And I thought, okay, I'm almost 50. I'm going to go ahead and use it for that long. And sure enough, at the 3-month mark, I started to have mobility back. And then at the 5-month mark, I was able to start lifting weights again. And now, after 2.5 years of using them, I'm able to play pickleball for hours, lifting up to like 12 to 15 pounds weights, handstands again. And I had full mobility back again, which felt like such a relief. Like I thought, oh, this is going to be my life. I'm not going to be able to lift my arm up. I'm not going to be able to even lift a sheet. Like it felt like this dark cloud had been lifted over me. And I thought, okay, people need to know about this. And then other things came along, hair growth and sleeping better, skin. It has a luster to it that wasn't there before. Fine lines, wrinkles have improved. And then Renata and I were hiking in Colorado, and I fell and rolled an ankle, the same ankle I rolled when I was 36. So 13, 14, whatever. I don't know the math real quick, 16 years ago. And I really believe that having patch for a year strengthened my ligaments and my joints, because that same tear should have been a more significant injury at 50 years old than it was at 36, considering the fall that I took. And it wasn't. And I was out playing pickleball in Cancun less than a month later, when really the doctor told me it was going to take me 4 months to heal. And the swelling was down. I think I have it posted on the Facebook group. The swelling went down within a week. Or I think as somebody has it, yeah, here it is. So that was just a week within the injury to 8 days after the swelling was gone. And I already knew what to do for physical therapy because of the injury before. So I just did those things. And then I was out on the courts playing again in less than a month. So anyway, those are just a little bit of things that helped me, and why I am passionate about sharing the patches with people.
I love it. And I remember you and I did an event with X39 like 2 weeks after your accident. And when you rolled your ankle, and you were up all day long walking around with,
Oh, yeah.
very little pain. That was
Yeah,
amazing.
I really, like, right after it happened, I was like rolling around on the ground, and Renata threw ice wave on my ankle, and I was like, literally the pain went away right away, so much so that I thought I could keep
Wow.
hiking. And Renata and my husband were like, Carrie, you can't keep hiking on that. And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Mind you, this was the start. Like, we were like a half a mile in on like a 6 mile hike, and I'm thinking I could do this. And they're like, no. And so eventually I did listen to them, and I'm like, okay, let's go back. And I elevated and did all the right things I was supposed to do, but it never the injury never hurt again after that, which was crazy, because I remember the first time and how much it hurt. And
Yeah.
this time it just never hurt after she put ice wave on it. And I continued to patch with Eon, X39, glutathione. I would trade off days, glutathione and carnosine. But and I never had to use ice wave again on it after that first time.
That's amazing. So let me just share a little bit. Thank you for sharing, Carrie, a little bit about Ice Wave. So Ice Wave is for rapid pain relief. It's a 2-patch protocol, and it's a really good one to have on hand instead of ibuprofen or Tylenol. Very good for headaches, cramps, if it's your menstrual cycle. It's helped my daughter so much. And then Eon is another patch that we use with X39. If you're somebody with chronic pain, or even acute pain, you're going to put Eon on the back of the neck and X39 on the pain. Eon's going to help with inflammation and stress. And whenever there is pain, there's inflammation. And inflammation eats stem cells. So Eon will help your X39 work much, much faster. Because we all know people want a quick fix, right? We want our pain gone like last week. So if you're not, you don't want to give X39 time, which we always recommend, couple it with Eon, and that will speed up your healing process, and the pain will reduce quite drastically. So thank you so much again for sharing. How about Marisha? Can you share with us for a couple minutes, please? And then Jose, I'm going to call on you too, my friend. Marisha, are you there?
Marisha, there you go.
Yes,
I
I
love
am.
your
Yes,
glasses.
thank you. I wanted to share what happened to me. COVID damaged my heart and lungs. Second COVID started in my intestines, and that's a kind of consequence of the first and the medicine that I received. I couldn't digest. Everything was just hurting. I knew about stem cell therapies, but at that point, I could not even think to have it because that was not affordable for me. And luckily for me, Christy posted that she's using a patch, and I came across this patch before, but I wasn't told anything about it. So I thought another expensive technology method. So I didn't even, think about it. But then I read the post and I knew that I need to contact Christy. And I started using the patches. So I had heart symptoms. I had damaged valves. So it was high blood pressure, both of them, systolic and diastolic. I had very high heartbeat. My heart was going into AFib. AFib is a really very extreme heartbeat that makes you tired. You cannot do anything. You just have to sit or lay down. That's it. And it was very not only uncomfortable but scary, and it could cause strokes and other worse scenarios from because of the heart issues. So I was very concerned. So also my lungs were scarred on the bottom. And within the first, and I couldn't take a deep breath, and I couldn't run at all. Even going upstairs was a problem for me. So my life changed from being very active to this stage. It wasn't good. The first month that I was using X39, the episodes with my heart went down. And I noticed it because we are so aware of them. And then the second month, third, but they were so I don't even remember having once a week. Yes, there was, and by the end of it, I don't remember any. So 3 months, 3.5, I had the follow-up appointment with my cardiologist. So I had to have more tests, and my test showed my heart in a normal range. So yes, and that was such a relief, and I knew, and I felt the difference. My lungs probably took a little bit longer, but I could take a deep breaths within the first 6 months, and I can run now. Not that I will be a runner, but besides that, there are a lot of changes on my skin, deeper sleep. I never complain about sleep on average, but then the sleep was so very effective, and you can feel it when you get up. And many more things that, please, I ask everyone to write down what problems they have, take pictures of your face, of your arms, and whatever is, even old scars, because everything starts changing. Even the scars inside my lungs have been diminished to just very small ones because I am breathing really good. So that's my story. There would be more, but these are the main issues that went away and made my life so much different, so much more
I love that.
enjoyable.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. And I'm so happy that you took that leap of faith when you saw that Facebook post.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you so much. Jose, will you share your story with us, please?
Absolutely will.
Thank you.
Absolutely will. Okay. My name is Jose Martinez. I'm down in Tucson, Arizona. I am an ex-military guy. Was in the military for 15 years. The way that I got introduced to the patches was, from a friend of mine that Christy and I both have a mutual friendship with. And he had started using the patches, and he knew that I was dealing with some stuff. Part of it was my feet from the military, running in combat boots a lot and stuff. So it really did a number on my feet. And then also a lot of us military members, we have issues with sleeping and stuff on there. So he told me about the patches. He says, you need to try these. This is unbelievable, and you're gonna see how it's gonna help you and your feet. With my feet, I had tried a lot of different things. I tried different insoles. I went to, got the thick insoles, light insoles. I went to Good Feet. I did the Good Feet thing and stuff to go ahead and try to get my feet to work. None of that stuff worked for me. And I was like, man, I am in my low 50s, and here I am. I'm going to have to start using a cane or something because my feet cannot take it anymore. So it seemed like it was getting worse and worse and worse. And then also with my sleeping, I would get up many times at night, and I could not sleep at night. I could not get a good night's sleep and stuff. So all of that was taking a toll on me. It took me a little while because just like Christy was talking about in the beginning, I was like, yeah, this stuff is gonna work, and these patches, whatever and stuff. And I didn't believe it at first. Just like a lot of people tend not to believe it. Don't do what I did. I waited about a year before I decided to try to use the patches. Finally, I gave in. I started using the patches, and oh my gosh, my pain has gone away on my feet and stuff. It's very little, very minimal on there. I am sleeping a whole lot better at night. I am almost 60 years old. I'll be 60 years old this year. And my goal is to do the 102-mile El Tour to Tucson bike ride. I have started using the performance patches that our company also has. And that has made a whole difference in my whole training on there. I just did a 64-mile bike ride on Saturday, and the recovery was incredible. I had very little soreness and stuff, and by the next day, all that the little soreness that I did get was gone by the next day and stuff. So it did a whole lot of stuff on there. So I mean, and that's why I have a passion with sharing these patches now. And just one quick little story, and then I'll pass it back on to Christy and stuff. I had a friend of mine. It must have been God sent that she got sent to us and stuff. She was working in a different office. She ended up coming to work at the office that I work at work. And she was telling me a story about that. She had just had surgery about 6 months ago because she had a back injury that she was not able to walk for about 4 months, and she wasn't able to do nothing. She was bedridden. When she saw me, she said her pain was a 9-10. She says they couldn't do nothing. And she was trying to take medication and stuff to try to help with the pain and stuff like that. And all I told her was, well, I've got something that I wanted to share with you. I don't know if it'll help you, but why don't you try it and see? So I introduced her to the X39 patches. Within 3 days of using the X39 patches, her pain went from a 9-10 to a 2-3. She couldn't believe it and stuff. And she's like, no way. And I said, for real? And she's like, yeah, I'm telling you the truth. I wouldn't be telling you if it wasn't the truth. And I'm like, well, you need to get on these patches. So she ended up getting on the patches and started using them. And her husband started using them also too. And then her son wanted to use them because he was getting a lot of injuries in sports and stuff like that. Within 3 weeks, she hadn't been able to go to the gym ever since that injury and stuff. Within 3 weeks, she was able to go back to the gym, and now she's fully back working out in the gym again and stuff. So that's just one of the many people that I can tell you about. I could sit here for hours and I can tell you about some of the other people that I've helped, but I'm restricted on time. So
I love that. Isn't that so fun to be able to give people their quality of life back? It's such a rewarding job. You can't even call it a job. It's a mission, right? It's just so fun. And every one of these stories here tonight, which by the way, thank you so much for sharing spontaneously tonight. But they are all helping so many people, and it's so fun to be on this journey with them. So thanks again, Jose. Appreciate you, buddy.
No
All
problem.
right, well, let's wrap this up. We just have a couple more slides here, and then we'll let you be on your way. Now, if you're a guest, first of all, I forgot to say thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you being here. And I want you to thank the person that invited you, because this truly is a gift that they're sharing with you, and they care about you, and they want you to have your best quality of life. So thank them. They had enough courage to share, because sometimes it does take some courage sometimes to share with people. But so here's a few things to consider. So the future of healing and of medicine is going to be energy, light therapy, and frequency. We're seeing it time and time again, where they're starting to use light frequency for healing in so many different ways, which is truly exciting, because I would love to see a day, especially in the United States, when we're getting away from pharmaceuticals and pills, and we're starting to look more for natural ways of healing the body. And stem cells is going to be the next $1 trillion industry. And I truly believe, with what everything David is doing with LifeWave, that we are going to own a huge part of that market, with the patches and the supplement and the water and everything else that is yet to come. And so that is truly exciting. So if you've ever wanted to be with a company that truly has a heart, and it's just a mission, right? Where we have a mission and purpose to help people. And I always tell the team, patch it forward. Don't keep this a secret, because you never know who's praying for this. And when I shared with Andrew, my son's doctor, I found out she said yes for Andrew to wear the patches, because she knew about the patches, because somebody had enough courage to share with her 2 years prior to save her daughter's life. So Andrew's doctor knew non-transdermal, it won't interfere with anything that they're doing in the COVID ICU unit. So you never know what your one share is going to do for somebody's life. So please don't keep this a secret. We do this every single Monday night. So if you like what you see, make sure to invite your friends and family. But back to your dreams. So if you're the kind of person that has a heart, you like to help people, you want to heal yourself or age backwards with this technology, there's definitely room for you here. You can earn enough money to pay for your patches, or if you want to pay for a luxury trip, or pay off student loans, or car notes, house notes, or have a dream lifestyle. It's all here for you with LifeWave. We have something for everybody, both big and small. So if you have health, if you want health freedom, if you want financial freedom or time freedom, we definitely have that here for you. I'll just share another thing about Andrew. I literally built my business during that 6 months when Andrew was healing from my smartphone. Never had to worry about my bills, and never had to worry about time, because I had it. I had time freedom, and I had financial freedom, which I'm so grateful for. And if you want to even go even further, I had health freedom, because I had these patches that were helping me with my mental health to stay strong for my family, and also my physical health. So eternally grateful for this technology. So we have something for you if you'd like to come join us. If you're interested in building a business, we have 2 packages that are really good for you to help you have enough supply for yourself, for your family. If you want to sell it, you may. But the advanced and premium are for those business builders. And of course, the higher you go in our packages, the more you're going to save. And you can see that here tonight. But if you're somebody that would like to just try the patches, I just want to try it. Let's see what this does for me. The core package is a great place to start. You can get a 90-day supply of X39 for only $2.95. That comes out to literally about $4 a day. It's less than a cup of coffee. And I have to tell you, when you invest in your health, you're actually going to save money in the long run. And I have so many ways that I have transfer spend, where I used to spend money on this, but now I'm investing in my health with LifeWave and with X39. So very exciting. We also do have a customer program for you as well. The core, advanced, and premium are our membership packages, and you can share and earn an income with those if you'd like to. Okay, so does anybody have any questions that I could support you with before we?
Christy, there were a couple
Yeah.
questions in the chat.
Okay.
From the same person. I just thought maybe you want to address. One was, do they help with gut issues, gut pathogens like H. pylori or viruses? What would your response
Okay.
be?
So I would always start with X39 and Eon, and that's where I would start. And so you can put, you could put them both on your belly if you wanted to, or you could put Eon on the back of the neck and X39 on your belly and give it time. Is there anything else that you would add to that, Renata?
I would add glutathione. Glutathione is
Okay.
going to boost your immune system and help detoxify you. And I think that would really, I mean, I wouldn't go glutathione every day. I would do it like every third day. And then after maybe a week or two, you could do it every other day because you don't want to detoxify too fast. But that would, I think, definitely would help. Yeah.
Yes, for sure. And you can get that, all those in the core package as well. And just reach out to the person that invited you and they can help you customize your pack, because we can do that too. And something about glutathione, if you guys aren't familiar with it, it's another patch that we have. And it's the only product out there that's actually going to boost your own glutathione. So glutathione is a peptide in the body, your own glutathione 300% in 24 hours. That's huge. You can't do an IV drip, drops under your tongue, a pill, nothing that's going to get you 300% in 24 hours. Yes.
I have a question. So how is this measured?
So we have clinical trials. We have third-party double-blind clinical trials. And I forgot to mention, if you go to frequencypatchesinfo.com, you can actually see all the patents and all the science. Okay, so everything that we do has science behind it. Frequencypatchesinfo.com, and you can see that. And then if you'd like more information, a deeper dive on X39, David does a wonderful video on that, a webinar on that. So ask the person that invited you. And we also have a testimonial page called Living Healthy with Me VIP that you can get added to. So I see that your name is iPhone on here. Did you have any other questions? What was your name?
Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Betsy Russo.
Hi, Betsy. Do you have any other questions?
You had a question about gout, I think.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, I own a outpatient hand therapy practice, a clinic, and so we treat people from the neck all the way to the fingertips. And then I do full body as well, because we do like cryo and red light, and so I'm all about photobiomodulation. I'm very much into frequencies. I mean, I do another type of modality that's from Spain called immunoneural frequency therapy. So I already know about the frequencies, and so I'm very supportive and of this, and this is just another wonderful modality. So I'm really excited to be learning about it. But so I just was curious, like, with how they measured it. So I'll look through those studies. So that's the frequencyinfo.com, you said?
Frequencypatchesinfo.com. May I ask who invited you tonight?
Yeah, what was it? Lori Volk?
Okay. Yeah, get back to her and she'll definitely be able to guide you in the right direction for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, very good. And this would be such a great tool for you to have in your toolbox for sure. And the water, we have a lot of people with your type of business that are going to actually put a water machine right in their clinic.
Yeah, I would totally do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have an aesthetics piece to it as well. It's actually therapy for the hands, neck to the fingertips, but then we do aesthetics and wellness services as well. So it all kind of goes along with everything.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of patients with arthritis. And that seems to always be the toughest thing to treat, because the doctors are all about, the steroid injections. And
yes, we've helped so many people with arthritis. Eon X39 will be their best friend.
Okay, wonderful.
Best friend. Yep. We've
Betsy, if you go to Team Freedom Community YouTube page, there's a video there with Rudy and Chris Norton that Rudy talks about, is a testimony about him and how he got over RA, rheumatoid arthritis. It's also on the testimonial. If Lori invites you to that group, she can tag you in that as well, but it's a fantastic video.
Yeah. Yep. And Lori, I have it. Is Lori on? I have the video too that I could send. So yeah, it is a fantastic video. He got off of all of his rheumatoid arthritis medicine that was really causing a lot of damage to his body. Any other questions? Thank you for joining, and you were so tentative. I loved it. I saw you. Any other questions?
Yes, if I may ask, it's actually a question from my guest,
Okay.
and it's about Lyme disease and transplants. How do they patches are working regarding
With the
in
transplant,
these cases?
yeah.
Yes.
So it's my understanding, and we might need to follow up, but if you have a transplant, we don't have any clinical trials for that. So that was one thing that that you would need to do some, ask the doctors, and we'll do some more research on that. But my understanding is if you have a transplant, we need to get some more approval, okay? Because that's a serious thing. But what was the other thing besides a transplant, Marisha?
Lyme's disease.
Lyme's disease?
Yes.
That would be a good, so we're not going to treat or cure any diseases, right? But for symptoms of things, again, X39, Eon, and probably glutathione too, right, Renata? Yeah, that's where I would start. I mean, we have other supporting patches, but I don't like, people just to get on all the patches at one time. So that's where I would start is Eon, glutathione, and X39.
Thank you very much.
Yes, yes. Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining. I appreciate you. Again, don't keep this a secret. Make sure to share it with your loved ones and people you care about and new people that you meet along the journey. We're here every Monday night. Thank you, Renata, for helping always behind the scenes. And thank you for all your testimonies. Bye for now. Have a good night.